Hi, I'm Courtney Thomas. Welcome. Thanks for hanging out with me. So in today's video, I want to talk a little bit about something that honestly I have so much conversation about with so many different people across so many different channels. And that's everything from specifically from clients to friends to fellow business owners, whatever. And that is kind of a broad conversation around marketing. And definitely relates to doing this digitally. As you know, I've been doing business online for like 5-6 years now, and things change so much and everything evolves and the pace is just so super quick, and there are so many people out there. I don't even necessarily want to use the word competition, but like there's just so much out there for everybody trying to kind of, find their people and, in the case of coaches, get clients or do courses or whatever it may be. And that, like everything that goes into that can get kind of complicated. And it certainly applies again to entrepreneurs, to any type of business owner, definitely in my world. But I also think that what I'm kind of going to go into today can apply to other parts of your life too. Thinking about things like art, creativity, even like community building and friendship and things like speaking, when it's not directly related to, some type of business objective. And what I'm really kind of getting at here is this whole conversation around like, do I need to have a specific objective that is directly related to a potential client's needs, wants, or problem to be solved? And then kind of going beyond that, do I need to do that in a specific way? Like, do I need to show up in a specific way? And again, like it can spin off a lot of different ways. Everybody's got a different philosophy on this. The same basic stuff is always there, right? Like, I mean, I'm a business nerd. I know I research digital marketing, regular marketing, relationship marketing, referral marketing, like all of this stuff, right? And also branding and personal branding and, all the channels to do all of this stuff through. So, I certainly have a background of knowledge in this, and it's still very interesting with every single person that I talk to. Everybody has a little bit different perspective. And, here recently, actually kind of right around the time when I started this YouTube channel and decided to do this, which I've got a few other blog posts that you can check out, and some of my previous videos, I kind of like talk about why I'm doing this and where it came from and how I, came to the conclusion that indeed this was how I wanted to do some things, how I wanted to show up, what the objectives were, all of that kind of stuff, right? So it's right around this, and I have some other information out on that. Okay, fine. So I have this conversation with a friend, and actually, it started with like getting a completely unsolicited advice type of message. And while it was well-intentioned, again, it was a really interesting spinoff to this conversation that was like, here's how you do it, and I need to know why you're doing it and what's in it for me and all this kind of stuff. And that is absolutely one side of this conversation. Right? There are a lot of people that come at this from very traditional stuff, or, they're just more suited to doing these specific channels and systems and processes and stuff that, yeah, they're tried and true, they work. But it was interesting because, the conversation kind of went down back and forth the road of like, yeah, I get that. But also, did you see where I explained like what really the objective of this was? And it was funny because, we're just kind of on two different sides of the coin, and like that's totally cool. Everybody can have their philosophy. We're all in this together. And then it was interesting because, 5 minutes later, I had a conversation with another entrepreneur, and I was like, did you get the intent of this? Like, did you see what I was going for? And she was like, oh my God, I loved this. I totally related to what you were saying and how you were doing it. And like, it wasn't actually about this, but it was about this. And I got so much out of it. And I did get a lot of other subsequent responses that were like that. So ultimately, like what this comes down to is that it is never, ever, ever about the one person who doesn't get what you're doing or what you're saying or how you're doing it or how you're saying it. that one person, like, they are always going to be there. And they are always going to be under your skin or on your back or whatever it is. That one person doesn't matter because you know that it is about the other one person who totally gets it, like feels it in their soul, because you are speaking in the way that is most authentic and natural and genuine to you, in the way, the process, the system, the delivery, whatever, that is also most genuine and natural for you. And that person gets it, right? So when you're thinking about all of this stuff, again, this is why I say it could apply to so many things. Like if you make a piece of art or, I don't know, like paint a pot or something and somebody is like, God, that's ugly. Where did that come from? And you're like, oh my God. And then you take a picture of it on Instagram and somebody's like, oh, I love this. This is what I see in it. Can I buy that from you? It's not about the one person who doesn't get it. It's definitely about the person that you connect with. And, honestly, it's not supposed to be about the 100 or the 1,000 or the whatever amount of people who don't get it. Like, those people are not meant to be in your sphere, in your realm. And, they're not going to appreciate your work ever, no matter what channels you use, no matter what methodologies, any of that kind of stuff. Again, it's about connecting with the world and putting out into the world the things that, are truly coming from you in the ways that make the most sense. And, it's funny because this is ultimately how I always end up getting my clients, is just by being the most genuine version of myself and not what the internet tells me to be and how to do it. Like things grow organically. They really do. Believe it or not. You can trust me when I tell you that. I've built a business on it before. Like, it's there. It's all there for you. And it is about those people who connect with you in meaningful ways because you're trying to connect with them in meaningful ways, not people told me to do this and this is what works and this is what converts and all that kind of stuff, right? Like, for instance, I just started a new client a couple of months ago, and guess what? Within the first email exchange back and forth of our work, one, we found out that we pretty much like live the same life, which is amazing. I was like, we're best friends now, right? And also we were like sending pictures of our cats back and forth to each other. If that is not the perfect person who gets it and who I am trying to talk to in this world by being truly me in the ways that are truly me, I don't know. Like, I don't have any answers other than that. It's just absolutely perfection. So again, it's not about the person who's going to argue with you about what you're doing or try to tell you this is the best way or this is the way that worked for me or any of that stuff. It's really not. It is always about the right way for you. The right way is whatever the right way is for you. So it's not about that one person. It's about the other one, Always the right way for you. And that's always about options, right? And exploring those options and what feels good to you. And I mean, of course, over time, keeping track of it and, seeing then to what is right for you in the right ways that make sense for your ultimate goals of what you're trying to accomplish. And, again, in business and life and all of the things. So, just your quick reminder today, and especially in business and marketing and all that stuff, if you are feeling super challenged by all of the stuff that's out there, all of the noise, whatever, try to bring it down to like that one person who you're sending cat pictures on email back and forth with. Like, try to bring it back to that one person and figure out like what's at the heart of that and keep going. I hope that this was helpful, and thank you for hanging out today. You can always give me some comments, with your experience with all of this stuff, whether it is business marketing or however else, or if you have found that one person, or if you have that continual person who continues to like troll you online or, whatever, like I would love to have your feedback in the comments, or you can always email me on my website as well. And I appreciate you watching. I hope this was helpful, and I will see you next time. Thanks.